What's up, guys? Universal Mastery. So on my channel, I break down the occult sciences. And what I'm going to be talking about today is how to use the Tree of Life. Stay tuned. Okay, so the Tree of Life. This is something that is so fascinating to me because I have used this tree to completely transform my entire life. Now, what is the tree? Okay, people are watching this and they're like, what exactly is the tree? What do you mean you used it to change your life? The tree, the Tree of Life is symbolic for you. The Tree of Life is symbolic for the spiritual hidden pathways, doorways, systems that govern the alchemical changes that need to happen in man or woman, and that do happen in man or woman as they evolve. So when you work with the Tree of Life, you are directly working with planetary intelligences that are also within us, that are us. Our physical bodies are the Tree of Life. And the Tree of Life and the Tree of Death, you could say the Sephiroth and the Qliphoth, they are one and the same. The Sephiroth and the Qliphoth are a part of the same tree. The tree is meant to be balanced. The tree is me. The tree is you. You are meant to be balanced. I am meant to be balanced. I am not supposed to be only light, and I'm not supposed to be only dark. I work with the Qliphoth because to me, the Qliphoth will directly tie me into the darker side and the light side. Naturally, in the society that we live in, we are already attuned to a lot of light. Okay, we're attuned to something that is called the false light paradigm, meaning people put on this fake persona that is like a parasitic entity where they're always trying to pump themselves with happy emotions. They're always trying to be happy, when in reality they're suffering and they're killing themselves because they're not actually ventilating what needs to come out, to be authentic, to be true, so that they can fully evolve to their, the true happiness, the true best states of consciousness, where you actually experience true joy. But once again, we live in a society where people put on a false persona. They put on a fake mask and they say, oh, I'm always good. Like, hey, how's it going, Jill? Yeah, I'm good. You already know I'm good. I'm always good. And it's very fake. It's not true. They are struggling inside. They have massive insecurity. They don't know how to be themselves. They don't know how to exert their own influence without other people's opinions. And in a weird sense, that keeps them comfortable. It keeps them comfortable because other people are trapped. Other people are in their own prisons. So that's, they put on this fake persona and then they look to other people that are in that fucking same mindset, and it just feeds itself. It's a fucked up cycle. Okay, so the reason why I go to the Qliphoth is because you're directly working with dark beings. Okay, you're working with some of the darkest spirits, but you're also working with some of the, you could say light beings. I mean, I don't even like using that word. I mean, there's tons of angels that have dark properties to them, but it's you're getting both sides of the spectrum. So like when I work with the Qliphoth and I'm working with these dark beings, I'm not falling into a dark trap either, because there is that trap too, where there's people that walk this occult path, or they think that they're walking it, and they get all in their head about it, and they get all dark, and they start cutting off like, oh no, I don't help people out, I'm hail Satan. And they're just like, they're in this weird mindset. Like, they're just in a weird, like, dark, closed off, isolated mindset. And they think they're more powerful than what they are. And it's just bad. It's the same thing as the false light paradigm, but it's like a false dark paradigm. But once again, what I was saying, like, the purpose of what I was saying about the Qliphoth is we live in a society where there's more there's a lot more false light. Okay, there's a lot more people that are projecting a fake image through a sense of light. But yeah, I mean, there are angels the angels in general, they do give off a very light essence. Like you get a very calming sense of light. I mean, that's honestly one of the best ways I can put it. You sense light. You sense like, wow, like I'm protected. You sense, comfort. And with demons, you sense that too, but they also can, show you very dark aspects, very, very profound aspects that most people can't handle, but they're not doing it from the intention to destroy you or hurt you. They're doing it to strengthen you. So you take both sides and you balance them, and you work together. You don't say, oh, I only work with dark beings, I don't work with angels. Angels have dark aspects too. Some demons have light aspects too. You don't work with either one side and say, this is the only side I'm working with. If that's the case, if you're doing that, then you're a slave. You are a slave to spirituality. There are spirits that are enslaving you, and most of that comes to your own higher self. You are choosing to enslave yourself. So you need to find a way to balance that shit, or else you will always and forever be a slave. So yeah, so when it comes to the tree of life, you can call it the tree of life, you can call it the tree of death, you can call it the tree. Okay, it doesn't matter. Like, we're not here to label things like it's all light, it's all dark, once again. But realize, this is the important thing, you got to realize that it entails all of this. Okay, it entails all of this stuff. It entails the light, and it entails the dark. It entails planets. It entails universes beyond our universe, most likely that came before ours. And we have to also realize how ancient we are as the beings that we are. Yes, we have human bodies that may not, the human body itself may not be that ancient, although it is ancient. But in terms of the bigger picture, it may not be the most ancient, but you have to understand the spirit that is inhabiting these human bodies is very ancient. The spirit that is inhabiting these physical bodies is very ancient. So ancient that it's connecting to source, to whatever it was that created everything, or whatever it is that is connected to everything. So when I work with the tree of life, and I'm directly working with planetary aspects within myself that are also connecting to past lives that I've been through, specific emotions that I feel that I don't know how to transmute, or I don't know how to understand, and I'm working with these directly, and I'm fleshing them out so that I can understand them, and I'm bringing them to the surface. So when you work with the tree, it is a very intense process. It is a very, very intense process. Very intense. So you want to be aware of that. And it comes to different spheres. There are different spheres on the tree. So there's essentially 11 spheres. You go to the very bottom, you go to the top, and then there's that 11th sphere, which is death. And I'm not going to go in, this video wasn't meant to go into too much depth about the tree itself. This is just what you can expect and how you work with it. But I'm going to give you a short understanding is, when you work with the tree, whether you choose to work with the Qliphoth or the Sephiroth, and I would recommend the Qliphoth, because once again, you're going to go into the dark beings. Unless you go into the Sephiroth knowing that, you also want to encounter the dark side too. Then you might trigger some Qliphothic initiation there, some Qliphothic influence. But for the most part, if you're just going to initiate the Sephiroth and you just want to be, in that light mindset, you're not going to reach your full power. You're not going to get the most bang for your buck, essentially. You're not going to get the most out of it. If you go to the Qliphoth, you're going to the root. So if you can imagine the tree, the Sephiroth is like the top half, the Qliphoth is the roots. If you don't have the roots, you have no top half. The roots are the most important. So I would recommend the Qliphoth. But once again, not everyone's going to do that. So when it comes to the Qliphothic tree, you have the spheres, and each single sphere is attributed either to a planet or 2 planets or 3 planets, and it has its own spiritual deity. It has its own entity that governs that sphere. And there's also a name that also, a specific plane that governs that sphere too. So there's a specific world, a specific realm that is a location, an environment of that sphere, and then there's a specific deity or deities that rule that plane. And as you work in that plane to improve yourself, to learn more about yourself, you are entering that plane, and these deities are now overlooking you. They are watching you go through it, and they are putting specific challenges, specific initiations on your path to help you get through it and understand what it is that you need to learn about yourself and about the world around you, so that you can reach your purpose, so that you can reach all of your potential. And once again, there's many spheres. So there's like 11 spheres. So you can imagine how many challenges there's going to be. Okay, you can imagine. And it's not easy. You know, when you work with the tree, it is not going to be easy. It is definitely not going to be easy. I would definitely recommend getting some more experience before you start to work with the tree. But if you are practicing, if you are into magic, if you are into the occult sciences, then and if you've been into it and you claim to be an actual practitioner, and you've been doing this for, let's say, a year, and you claim to know what you're talking about, you claim to know, and if you haven't initiated through the tree, or if you haven't worked with the tree, then you do not know what the fuck you're talking about. That, like, initiation through the tree for me is necessary, because you may think you know what you're talking about, and then when you go start working with the tree, you may find out that what it was that you're talking about, the way you're talking about it, is not fucking true at all. And that's a shock to your system. It's hard to process that. It's hard to come to terms with that, but that's just the truth. So the tree it's definitely a reflection. You will get reflections of yourself, and it will be tough, but it will be the most transformative thing that you've ever done. And you will reach all power by fully initiating through the tree. You will reach true power. And then you guys might have the question, how can I initiate through the tree? There's definitely a place that you can go on VK Jehanum's website. There's certain books you can get from E.A. Quetting or Astronaut Mason that will help you initiate through the tree. But a great one was, or Enoch Petrocelli. But a great one that I used was VK Jehanum's, and it was very specific. It was specifically intended to be like a physical manifestation of the tree, where you get it in your day-to-day life, rather than just an astral plane type of meditation and things of that nature. So it's on his WordPress. If you type in the Clifothic spheres on VK Jehanum's WordPress, then you will see it. You will see the initiation right there. I'm also, once I fully initiate, because I haven't fully initiated yet, I'm going to create my own initiation. So then I will be able to, and that's when I'll go into the tree way more in depth, and I will, guide you guys to my initiation. But if you want to do it now, then you can go there and check it out and initiate. But once again, like the point of this was, how can you work with a tree, and how do you work with a tree? And that's essentially the mindset that you want to have when you work with a tree, and that's how you can work with a tree. You got to have that sense of balance. You got to know that the tree is you. You are the tree, and everything that's correlated within the challenges that you're going to receive, and what's correlated with the spheres, are all things that you're going to gain, and all things that you're reactivating, you could say. They're all things that are already a part of who you are. You're just reactivating them, and you're going to gain them once you do. So that's like the most important thing that I can say. And once again, it's a spiritual system. You will find the understanding that the Qliphoth is literally the spiritual system that governs everything on Earth, because you are tuning into the planetary attributions. You're tuning into the most powerful deities that have influence over mankind. You're awakening your own higher self. You're awakening your own godlike powers. It's a very crazy thing. It is a very powerful, potent tool to work with the tree, and that's how you work with it. You work with the spheres individually. That's another thing that I would recommend, is work with each sphere individually. When I did it, I initiated all 10 spheres, and that shit is brutal as fuck. I don't think most of you can handle that, so I definitely not recommend that. If you feel guided to do it, then go do it. But I would recommend doing one sphere at a time. If you feel, always trust your instincts, always trust your intuition. Your higher self will guide you. Your spirit guides will guide you in the right direction. Listen to that. If they tell you to initiate through 2 or 3 spheres at once, go ahead, do that. I did all 10 in a matter of 3 days. I initiated all 10, and then it's been over a year now that I've been going through these challenges and these initiations based off that one day or those 3 days that I did those initiations. So I'm still uncovering part of that, ritual, you could say. So just be ready. It's very real. When I first did my first sphere, it was instant state of mind shift. Instantaneous. Like I opened the sphere, I gazed at the sigil of the deity that governs that sphere, and I said the words that I needed to say to initiate myself, and instant state of mind shift. Instant. And I knew I was in that plane. I knew I was there, and I was going to start experiencing things according to that plane. So yeah, so be ready for it, guys. That's pretty much all I can say. That's how you work with the tree. The tree is you. Is the most in my understanding, is one of the most powerful tools for alchemical transformation. Okay, most powerful, very profound. You will get a lot out of it, but it will take a lot out of you. Okay, in a good way. All right, so other than that, I'm gonna leave it here. Like and subscribe if you like this video. Hit the notification bell because I'm posting as often as I can. If you have any questions, up to 3 questions, you can send me $5 through my Venmo, which is going to be at the top of my description, and I will answer your questions in depth through video format on my phone. And once again, I will answer your questions broken down as best as I can so that you understand what I'm saying and you understand the answer to your question. And then if you go to the link, if you go to the first link at the top of my description, that's going to take you to my Streamlabs merch, where you see I have this Hecate sigil shirt. Very nice quality shirt. Got a nice sigil on the front end. It looks very nice. And it is a very, very potent sigil. That's all I'm going to say. Go check that out. They will ship it straight to your door if you place your order. It is through YouTube. It's called Streamlabs merch. Then you go to the link below that. That's going to take you to my Facebook community. On my Facebook community, I post exclusive content, things in the nature of pictures with quotes. And my goal is to get a bunch of like-minded people together. So if you're a good fit, definitely go ahead and apply, and I will add you in. But other than that, it's pretty much going to wrap it up. So I hope you guys have a great rest of the day or night wherever you're at, and peace.